back to my channel. My name is Silver. Thank you for watching. Today this video is going to be of 5 essential eyeshadow brushes. So my last video was 5 essential makeup brushes just for like face powders, and I showed you what I used as I finished my makeup. So today I'm doing the opposite. I have my face makeup on, my blush, my bronzer, my highlighter, and all I have left to do is my eyeshadow. So I have these 5 brushes, and I think that you need a brush this type or similar to this brush in your collection to be able to create any eyeshadow look. Everyone needs maybe a different size blending brush depending on how much eyelid space you have. So this one is, it's like fluffy. As for an eyeshadow brush, this is kind of a bigger, fluffy one. So I use this brush all the time for a couple different reasons. I use it to blend, and I use it to put on my base color. This is by Morphe. This is Bridesmaid, and I'm going to use this blending brush to just apply that all over my lid. And as you can see, it just really blends everything out seamlessly. So this size brush is good for my eye because it doesn't take up my entire eyelid. There's still room above or below. And this one, as you can see, is literally like my entire eyelid. So this I don't like to use as much because if I'm putting on a base color, it will go all the way to my eyebrows. So this one's almost a little bit too big, but for some people this one might be a good size. And there's some people that might need one smaller than this. So as long as you have a fluffy, somewhat bigger brush that you can blend shadows with and apply your base, the #1 brush to have. I am growing my eyebrows out. Just a disclaimer, if you think my eyebrows look like shit, or if you think they look like I need to pluck them or they look messy, that's because they are. Next brush I'm gonna show you is a pencil brush. So this right here, it's more dense, it's not as fluffy. When you pack on color with this, it's kind of hard to blend out. So this isn't meant for blending, but this is meant for either putting color below your eye or in the corner, and that's what I like to use it for. ColourPop actually, and this is called Cloud 9. It's just like a dark chocolate. It almost has like a hue of purple, which the other color that we did use in the base does as well. So with this little pencil brush, and this is actually, it says blending eye brush, and this is by e.l.f. I would say what the brushes say on them, if they are a brand that likes to do that, it's not, you don't only have to use that brush for what it says. But this is by e.l.f. I think this was maybe $3. I'll list everything below. And this is great for packing color right where you want it. So, as you can see, I'm able to precisely put this color in my crease, and it doesn't blend out as well, but what's nice is that it is soft enough to kind of diffuse it. I'm not just like chucking color on, it's still in the spot that I want. And then I can go in with a blending brush and blend out the edges.
Happy pills, empty bottles, tiny room, dancing closely. Broken glass, tonic water, dirty floor.
I also like to use this brush under my eye, but I like to do that at the very end of the eyeshadow look, so I will come back. When it comes to doing a smoky eye where you're using multiple shadows, it's really just about blending everything together seamlessly. So you want to just keep packing on color and blending, packing on color and blending, and you really just have to go over your look a few times. And that's okay. If you feel like, oh, I just blended out that whole corner color, now I have to pack more on. That is the point. It's about building up color on top of each other and blending it out. This next brush I'm going to show you is what I would call a packing brush. And this is an eyeshadow brush by e.l.f. as well. This brush is somewhat flat, and it is dense. It's not really meant for blending. You're not going to be able to, you would think that this would be good for a corner, but it's really not. This is my Morphe 35R palette, And I don't know what shade I want to use since we are doing like somewhat of like a brown purple, which I would say is somewhat of a rose shimmer. Out of all these shimmers on this half of the palette, this one down here has the most pink in it. And I think that will look good. So what I'm doing is just picking up this shadow with this packing brush. Now, as you can see, it does stay on this brush because it is dense and flat. And this is so good for just placing color right on your eyelid. What you can also do if you're applying a shadow, what you can also do if you're applying a sparkly shadow like this to make it more metallic. So pick it up on your brush and then use a setting spray, and you can spray it once and get it kind of wet. And then when you apply it, it's even more metallic and dramatic, and it's nice because it kind of helps that color stick on and not go anywhere. With shimmery shadows, sometimes you'll have fallout and like you'll have all these sparkles down here, but spraying it first kind of helps that those sparkles stay where they are. And this one doesn't have sparkle in it, it's definitely just like a shimmer, and when you do spray it does get kind of metallic. So as you can see, we kind of lost that corner darkness, so I'm gonna go back in and just pop a little more of that color right there. And I'm not gonna blend this out, I just want there to be more depth right here in the corner, right in the crease. And then with my packing brush again, I'm just gonna meet those two shadows together. Looks good. I'm gonna go back in with that pencil brush, and I'm going to take the first shade that we used all over our lid and apply it down underneath my lash line. And this is just gonna bring the look together. Sometimes if you just leave all this eyeshadow on top and then this is bare down here, it's definitely a specific kind of look and you could pull it off. But on an everyday basis, I like to blend my eyeshadow at the bottom as well. Kind of brings everything together. And I like to do usually like one of the lightest shades that I use, because if you go too dark under there, it starts to look like you have a black eye. This next brush that I'm going to show you, this is an e.l.f. brush, and it is a very, very tiny, I don't know what I would call this, maybe like a defining brush. It's very small, it's very stiff. This is Prosecco Pop This Gold Highlight by Becca, and I'm going to take this on the inner corner. And as you can see, this brush is so little, it just gives you the right amount where you want it. If you were to try to do this with a bigger, fluffier brush, you wouldn't get precision where you want it. It would just be blending everything out. You can also use this brush to put on a dark, almost eyeliner on the bottom or on the top lash. I'll show you something similar. So I'm gonna take a black eyeshadow with this brush, and I'm gonna pack it right against my lash line on the top. This just helps my lash line look a little thicker for when I do apply lashes. They kind of blend in. I'm not going to do eyeliner on this look, so this kind of replaces eyeliner. And this brush is perfect for that as well. Now this last brush, I'm not going to use in this eye look today, but I did use it on my brows. So this is a synthetic, I would say, concealer brush. This is by, I believe these brushes are called Soho. Yes, Soho is the brand. It actually rubbed off on this one. I use it so much. But this is like my go-to concealer brush. You would pick your concealer up with this and do a cut crease and apply it right in the area that you want and then pack it down. What I use this for every day is underneath my eyebrows. So I'll show you a little bit. I already did this, but I take a little bit of concealer and I go right under my eyebrow, and it just helps define where my eyebrow stops. And sometimes when we apply shadow, we kind of get shadow everywhere and it gets up into the eyebrow and you lose your definition. So it's nice to take concealer after eyeshadow and just put it right there and define. So that's what I use this brush for every day. And then when I do a cut crease look, this is my go-to. Okay, put my lashes on and I applied some lipstick and I think this look is done. I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see my eyeshadow. I don't know if you can see it that well, but I feel like everything looks blended and good. You can see exactly where I put that sparkly shadow. You can see my corner. And the first one being a big fluffy brush. So this is a brush you want to use to apply your base color and for blending everything out. It shouldn't be too big that it's overwhelming on your eyelid, but just big enough that you can blend things out and still have some space under your eyebrow. The second brush is this pencil brush. I like to use this for packing on color in my crease and blending out shadows underneath my lash line. This third brush is a packing brush. Should be a flat, dense brush that you can use for packing on glittery eyeshadows, metallic shadows, loose glitter, anything that you kind of want in the middle of your eyelid, this works great for. And the fourth brush is a small defining brush. Super, super tiny, you can barely see it. I like to use this for in the corner, putting highlight in specific areas. You can also use this brush to apply eyeliner on top of your lid or just darker shadow to kind of give the effect of eyeliner. And this last brush is a flat concealer brush. This is a synthetic brush. It's very flat and it's very almost sharp at the end. It works great for applying concealer right under your eyebrows to define the shape a little better. It also works great if you're doing a cut crease look for applying concealer on your eyelid. So these 5 brushes are great. All of these were very affordable. I will list down below Morphe and e.l.f., which are my 2 favorite affordable brushes. And you can get, I think this Soho one is from the drugstore that came in like a pack of 3 or something. This is the only one that I use, but I think that they do have some good brushes at the drugstore. So I would open up the package, feel them, make sure they're soft enough for blending, make sure they're the right brush that you want, but it is pretty affordable to build a collection. Don't forget to comment below with your video ideas. I love seeing you guys comment. I hope everyone starts building their makeup brush collection. Please let me know some of your favorite brushes and where you got them. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel to see all my latest uploads. Thank you so much. I'll see you again. Bye.
Broken glass, tonic water, dirty floor, shabby sofa. Come take me home.
This lipstick is a new little mini one from MAC and it's called Half Calf. Half Calf. It is, it came in a little set with 4 and these are the holiday minis. I think they're called like the shiny, I don't know, shiny little things or something. So I got 4 nudes. There's 2 different colors. There was like pinks and reds, which I almost got that one and then I saw the nudes and I'm like, oh, I like those better. I need some more nudes. And they're not even like nude. This is, I wouldn't consider this a nude. There's one, I only have 3 here right now. There's one that I've been wearing a lot and it's a cream sheen formula, which I really like those. I'm gonna start getting more of them. And it is actually nude. And then these 3 are like all burgundies. So this one is Half Calf and it's probably the most mauve-y out of the 4. And then this one is called Fam Only. I actually swatched them. It's actually more of like a pink. It's here in the middle. And then this last one is nutmegged, and this is kind of a nude, I guess. It's definitely like a warmer brown. I mean, I guess they're like kind of in the nude family, but I was like thinking that all four were gonna be straight nudes. So now I'm gonna go back and get the pink set because I really like those colors. They were like pinks and reds. But they are really cool. Not all of them are the same formula. So we've got 2 mattes, a cream sheen, and a satin. So that's nice. And there's enough product in here that this will last you a while. I love when brands do the holiday sets around Christmas time because you get the most for your money. So check out these MAC lipsticks. Again, this was half cap on my lips now, which it is a nice color, and I love the way it feels. MAC lipsticks are amazing, but it's like, this isn't nude. This isn't an everyday. Some people would be like, whoa, that's so dark, I'm never wearing that. And like, you should wear the dark ones. It makes your teeth look whiter. Should I do like a tip of the day in every video? No one cares. Thanks for watching. My nails kind of like match this whole look. I am so put together. Not really. Okay. Bye.
Take me home.